you guys have all seen the new Avengers, aka Thunderbolts with an asterisk, right?
Yeah,
Um,
Man,
it's still
I want,
funny that they.
I want, yeah, I want to know your thoughts on the movie, but also thoughts on how they're handling post release.
Okay. As
Yeah,
far as the movie, I loved it. I know Cam was just thought I was gonna. I don't know why you think I go into movies wanting to hate them. I don't.
you want to know why?
Yeah.
it's because you're related to your
Because
brother.
Oh
you
my
hate the way
god.
that they walk, the way that they talk, they hate the way that they
The
dress.
thing is, I was excited for this movie coming in. Like I was telling you this, but as far as the movie, like my biggest takeaway from the movie that I love is that it actually has like a message that I like. I was able to relate to it. Like
Yeah,
Yelena, she's basically the lead of this movie, and it from what I've seen from the movie, what I took away is like people bury their loneliness and everything. They bury it inside. They never really talk about it. They bury it in work and all these different things. And I think it was like the movie was teaching people how to process grief, or like love from everybody
man.
around you can really, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like she basically found a new family and everything, and actually talked about her feelings and was able to like come to terms with how she's lonely and everything. I think I don't know. I think interaction with other people and finding love other places instead of just burying yourself in work and getting busy is probably the best method as far as that, or whatever. I don't know, but that message right there, because I kind of related to it as far as the loneliness thing, or just different things. Not saying I'm depressed or anything, but I don't know. Like I love that message as far as that. That was probably
I
my
love the
favorite.
message too. I ain't gonna lie.
That was probably my favorite thing about the movie for sure. But we
Hmm.
could talk about more shit. Probably didn't explain that a good way, but
No, you did well. Drew,
I
go ahead. Your
did,
turn.
yeah. No, I did love the message because, like, from the jump, I could kind of tell where they were going, but I was surprised at how far they went with it. Because I'm like, damn, like, because to me, it's like, damn, if you take away the fact this is a Marvel and a superhero movie or whatever, like, this was still like a deep ass movie with a deep ass message. Like, they're talking about meth addiction, they're talking about abuse, they're talking about loneliness and how trying to fill the void with something or trying to fake it, like how her dad was like trying to fake it, like he was happy because he thought like that's something she would want to hear, and then it's like, damn, they end up like also like how it really hurt her that she didn't talk to her dad for a year, and like
yeah.
he didn't think that hurt her that much because he didn't think she wanted to. It's like, damn, this shit was layered as fuck. It's like I'm surprised Marvel went that far.
Even the
Hmm.
concept of the void, like
Yeah, literally that too. That showed you too that like, damn, everybody is like what's the word I'm trying to say? Suppressing something basically. Like, cause even Val, like when he
mm-hmm.
go and she go in the void and you see what she experienced as a little girl.
John Walker
Like
stuff on me.
even all the
He was
bad
his
shit that
favorite.
she was doing, you start feeling bad for her. Yeah, John Walker, you start feeling bad for him. Like he was an asshole the whole movie, but then when you see what really happened and you see how Bucky exposed that, like, oh, your wife, your kid left you, you start feeling bad for him because you start understanding like what he's going through and certain shit. And I'm like I said, I was just surprised like Marvel went that deep,
And I
and it
was
was still funny. It was still like a good story. I like the villain. I like the plot. I like everything. I'm like, this was great.
and I really like the ending. Like some people may say it was anticlimactic. Like you feel me? Like there wasn't nobody punching to win the fight. But really, when you
Yeah,
look at it, like it was like love. Like they showed Bob love. They showed him that he's not
yeah.
alone. They all came and comforted him and everything to help him get out of that void. Like that right there was fucking beautiful to me. And like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it
it was
was.
like
I'm not gonna lie,
anticlimactic
bro.
in a way, but that I don't know. I love that, and I love that they did something different. It wasn't like all these other MCU movies, like Shang-Chi out of nowhere, it's fucking
Hey,
Dragon Ball Z fight, all the shit they did it. I don't know. I love that. I loved it.
I see. I have one command for you.
Yeah,
You ready?
yeah.
Say my name next time.
My bad.
Look, I
Did you
almost
say?
cried. There.
Ain't no sneak
Did
dissing.
you say it was anticlimactic?
Yeah, I put that on my story.
Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I seen
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I seen somebody said it on Twitter.
yeah.
But like to me, I love that. I really did,
No,
man.
see, I didn't need it to be like some explosive, fucking,
Mm-hmm.
Infinity War Endgame battle.
Yeah.
but I laughed when I saw a group hug one.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of the same way that I felt when I saw Sam Wilson talk down the hall.
I was just about to say that.
I
think Thunderbolts did it correctly versus
they
that.
did it correctly, but don't let this be the new trend, please.
Well,
I feel that.
I get you.
And I thought they could have set up. I felt like they could have set up like a love connection with that scene instead of a family dynamic.
I like that as more.
This is why that moment, because understanding what was going on, I loved the creative decision. It just wasn't a popcorn moment, right? That's my whole only thing. But the creative decision, I'm giving all this energy to this darkness, and the darkness is fucking absorbing me and consuming me, and I have to be saved from myself. That concept is incredible. So I'm not hating on the concept. It was just in the moment. No, they couldn't have done anything different. In the moment, it was just hilarious. Yeah. I find shit funny that probably shouldn't be.
Nah,
like, I'm the kid that I'll be getting chastised by the parent and start laughing. Mm-hmm. I'm not supposed to, but the shit's funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the movie, bro, incredible. I enjoy what both of you guys said about suppressing shit, because even when Bob was like, well, you're dealing with that? Well, what do you do? Oh, I just store it in here, and right? And the idea of the void, here's the other thing, which I think is very possible. I think the idea was to show them things, not just their worst day, but the worst day that they probably don't even think about anymore.
Yeah.
Right? I like Yelena seeing that little girl get shot. That might have been her first time thinking about that in a long time, because so much bad shit has happened in. Oh my god, bro! And I think that was also the thing, was like, we're going to show you your deepest, darkest shit that you probably have not thought about in a decade, and that's really going to torture you. All the people you killed, most of them were nameless faces in jobs and targets, but this right here, it's gonna break your spirit. Oh,
yeah, bro.
And what makes me think that is the scene with Johnny, because that's probably a moment in his life that, you know, that's something you don't even think about, you probably forget. But realizing like that's one of the reasons, you know, she left and took the kid and shit. And now you're probably thinking like, damn, this is one of those moments where I should have been better. I should have did this, and he's regretting. You know, it's like that shit was like, shit was crazy.
Really good movie, man.
We could have thought his void was gonna be something else. You know what I'm saying?
He was gonna be from the show when he killed that dude.
It could have been that, and it ruined his reputation. It could have been a lot of things, but it was the fact that, bruh, you were so caught up in your own ego and shit that you got that you have responsibilities at home.
Your family, your
a lot of men lose their wives not from being bad people, but for getting to pour that energy over there. Yeah. Even like one of my favorite shows just had their series finale, I Told You, Righteous Gemstones. Yeah. It's a stone comedy. It's one of the funniest shows ever. But it ends with one of the main characters. He was doing a TV show, and he just remembered, like, 'cause he almost died the episode before. So now he came back to doing a TV show. He's celebrating, and he thought about it because his wife had told him, you gonna love work more than us, and you gonna look up, and it's gonna be no more you, or we're gonna leave. Like, something's gonna happen. And after he almost died, it flashed. You know what? Damn. This ain't fulfilling me. I need to go be with my family. And he shut down the whole production. It's funny the way they set it up, because he cost everybody like $2-3 million. So it was just hilarious. But the story itself is like,
it's really crazy.
Yeah.
Because like, we're doing all of these things for our loved ones and everything. But at the end of the day, like,
you end up neglecting them.
If you end up losing them, it's all for nothing. Like, you know? So, you know, I think it's a balance with it. You can't neglect your family, but also you have to support them and stuff. So.
Yeah, you want to try to be.
Can we give some love to Alexi, bro? Because Alexi, bro, you lost your
oldest. I ain't gonna lie.
You lost your oldest daughter. So first things first, you lost your oldest daughter, right? And then your youngest daughter, she's nowhere around you, And then he always wanted this acceptance as the Red Guardian. He thought he might have gotten it after the Black Widow movie. Nobody checking for him. Nor you a limo. And the fact that did it? He wasn't happy at all, bro. You living in filth. You know what I'm saying? You don't you doing the limo driving, but you're not happy doing that. And for him to find his purpose, you know what I'm saying? You get reunited with your daughter, and then you get a chance. All Alexi's ever wanted to do, yes, he wanted to be recognized, but at his core, he wanted to save people.
Facts. He really did.
So for him to just go out there, oh my God, when he saved a girl and he blacked her out.
I ain't gonna lie, I laughed.
Oh God.
The timing on that was funny as fuck, but it was like it was a good moment. Like, you know, that's what he's been yearning for.
It was funny.
It was funny though.
No, even the post credit scene where he was like
with the Wheaties box.
Yeah,
he was like, you need to buy the Wheaties. He was like, it's good for the kids. And he's like, that's me on the box.
Yeah,
Just me on the. I love Alexi, man. The characters were dope. Every character that they fleshed out. It also showed why. I mean, John was always kind of an asshole, right? But it showed why in this chapter in his life he specifically was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just a hard exterior. It was like, I'm bottling this shit up. It's the reason why when Natalie came back to Yelena wasn't trying to talk to her. You know what I'm saying? It's just people getting their own way in real life. Even down to the fact where Yelena was talking about her day. She was like, I just scroll on my phone, and then I go to work, and then I come home and I drink, and then I think about the bad things I've done, and then I do it all over again. That's 90% of the human population.
Exactly.
If I'm being nice, it's 90%. It might be 95%. A lot of people are just out here going through the motions.
In this conversation.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's way more common than people think. So to do that, I know there's some people who watched that movie and cried.
I almost cried. I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't have any expectations for this movie. Like, as far as, like, I didn't know what it was going to be. I'm not saying I expected it to be bad, but I just didn't know what it was going to be. You know, I figured it wasn't going to be. I didn't think it was going to be like Suicide Squad goofy, but I didn't think it was going to have this much depth and substance.
Facts.
I don't think. I mean, there's not many Marvel movies, period, that has this much substance. This has the substance of an early phase Marvel movie.
I mean,
when they used to touch real shit.
Yeah, Guardians is one of the few that has this much substance.
It ain't many. Yeah, bro. Like, because what they've been doing now is using comedy to mask how heavy substance is. Where there's actually like the Love and Thunder shit, right? There was substance to be had in there, but they covered it with so much cartoonish comedy. You know what I'm saying? This one was unforced comedy, which reminds me of old. It was like natural. It was the characters, and it wasn't them trying to be funny. It was just like real reactions to real shit. Like when they got up and ran to that elevator, that was funny as hell. Yeah. But it was really showing their survival instincts of, hey, live to fight another day. We can't beat this motherfucker. Let's move on. Steve Rogers would have stood his punk ass in there and died.
Yeah. And a lot of people use their comedy to mask.
He was beating the shit out of them. That shit was funny,
bro.
bro.
A lot of people use comedy to mask their trauma too. So that's kind of how I looked at Yelena, masking their trauma with comedy. Same with Lexi.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But not in a forced way. It was more just like a.
It was natural.
I'm not going. Hey, let's not think.
He like the goofy OG dad, like, you know, like he tries to fix every situation with a little humor.
Yeah.
Even in the situations where you don't want it, like he still tries to like sneak in a little joke to like make you laugh and shit.
Someone else feel better, you know, like
he definitely like trying to make you feel good and shit.
You know, make her laugh, or you know,
her friend. It goes back to what I said about him wanting to save people. It's a natural protector instincts of, I have to make sure everybody's good. Mm-hmm. Even if I'm not, I'm gonna make sure y'all good. But you know, he ended up being good in the end as well. You know what I'm saying? Now, when Yelena basically gave up and walked into the void, what were your thoughts about her thought process in that moment?
I think because she got a glimpse of what the void was when they were touching earlier in the movie when they were trying
Right,
to get out
right,
of that. So I think she kind of realized exactly what it was, and I feel like maybe she didn't know to the extent that she would have to face her own little traumas in there like as extensively as she did. But I think she knew like, let me go try to find Bob, and because she already showed signs that she wanted to try to help comfort him and everything. She was doing it when he was like, just leave me here to die or whatever. And she was like, no,
Yeah.
no, no, come with us. Like we're gonna, So I feel like she knew exactly what she needed to do. Go find him and try to bring him back. You know, because she knows she can't beat him physically. So the best way to do it is to find his humanity and appeal to that. So I think she kind of
Yeah.
had it planned in how she was going to do it. Maybe not the logistics. She didn't know what she was going into, but I feel like it was planned. I don't think it was a fact
I,
that she
th- I,
gave
I,
up.
I think part of me felt like if it works, it works. If it don't, it don't.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
think she knew.
I
Not
think
finished.
that I think that she wanted to go get him, but I think it was like, well, shit. Like you said, we're not gonna beat him anyway. So, and we ain't got nothing else to fight for. So, what's the worst that can happen? I'm ready for the worst if this is the end.
Yeah, it was
You know what I'm saying?
basically
So
being
I'm not
both.
saying it was a give up, but it was like a.
Mm-hmm. You could also look at it like this
That's
is.
cry.
I mean,
You could also
yeah,
look at it
That's
like this
glory.
is a part of being vulnerable. When you putting yourself out there, being vulnerable, like I don't have nothing to defend myself. I'm putting like my feelings out there, just being vulnerable. If I get hurt, I get hurt. If I don't, I don't. Like so
yeah,
it's a deeper meaning with that too. If you really look
yeah,
at it.
right.
I think. I think she knew that she had the best chance of like connecting with him or like finding and being able to talk him out because she knew like he's in there somewhere, and they had already built up like a good rapport from the
The
place and
previous
everything. Like
scene.
she was helping him, she was talking to him about, oh, you could talk to me, you could trust me.
Yeah,
So I feel like she just knew like if anybody could get through to this dude, it's me.
yeah.
Which is why I was saying they kind of could have set it up for them to be like love interest, but I see how they want
I
to do like the
personally would like
family
them to be
dynamic.
more of a sibling dynamic. I didn't really. I feel like everybody try to ship everybody and make them a couple, and
Not
I
for
see
that.
more of a sisterly like she's being what Nat was to her to him. That's
Yeah,
kind of what
I,
I got.
Not
I,
for
I,
that.
I'll tell you why I'm actually cool if they did go in
I'm
that
not mad
direction
at it.
of the shipping because it's just one reason. There are no Marvel relationships right
We don't have any.
now. No,
We don't
Peter
have
and
any.
MJ is
Yeah,
split.
yeah.
Gamora and Peter Quill ain't nothing no more. I mean Thor and I mean, what ended up happening to
Jane
Jane? I
died.
forgot what happened. Yeah,
Jane
Jane
died.
died.
Yeah, we don't have no
Tony and Pepper's
relationships.
gone. They refused to give Sam Wilson some little nookie. They figured they said, "Hey, brother, we saw what happened to
Damn.
Stack. You can't get no women."
Facts.
Well,
And they're
Ant
like,
Man
we
has a
gave you the
girl.
shield. That's
Face the
enough.
Wasp.
Okay, yeah.
But
Ant
even
Man has
that, like
this,
a really
but
good fleshed out one, though. We don't have that. We don't
yeah,
have the Tony and
yeah,
Pepper, and
bro.
we don't have the
Yeah.
Steve and Peggy.
Who's
There's no
who,
Peggy right
And
who's
now.
I
the
feel like that. I feel like this
now?
would have
We're
been a
about
good
to get
way to
one
like
with
develop that
we're
with
about to get
Fantastic
one.
Four,
Yes,
Oh yeah, we're about to have the
but
Fantastic Four, Sue,
yeah, but that's
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah. You're
one
right.
family.
You're
Even
right.
X
We
Men
need
isn't
that.
And
is there
Doctor
a next
Strange,
X Men?
Doctor Strange woman went and
Yeah.
got married.
Cyclone
Cyclops and
Cyclops
Jean,
and
but I
his
mean
girl.
that's not. I don't think that's gonna be our X Men. They're gonna give us a new one, but like you
Wanda
said,
and
we don't.
Vision done.
Yeah. Okay, I agree. I agree.
So
I wouldn't
I
be
wouldn't
mad
hate
at
it.
it, but I didn't.
I'm not saying you have to do it, but I wouldn't be mad at it. Is my
Yeah.
that's all.
Like you could take that
I will
approach.
say that nigga was OD.
Yeah,
Century was OD,
Yeah, no, his
yeah.
powers is crazy.
and it really made me think like, damn, how are they gonna beat this nigga? And then I like when she like had the little kill switch, I'm like, okay, they had to do that because he was OD. He was like OP, way too OP.
Bro, the
Nigga was
kill
like
switch was like a concussion to him, bro.
literally like,
He
and
shook
it was
that shit
crazy how
off.
when she tried to do it, that nigga got quick, nigga.
Oh, shit was
It was like, oh,
crazy.
this nigga's OD, and we have this is our Avengers, and look what he just did to them.
Yeah, man. The movie.
Bro.
What do y'all
When
rate it? 1 through 10. I said 8 initially, but
Honestly,
I feel like I gotta go a little higher after this conversation. Just
I
really
want to
thinking about it.
say 10 out of 10. But I feel like maybe I'm glazing, but shit.
Yeah,
First reaction, 10 out of 10.
I'm gonna say like 8.5.
Because I really, what would you say was took off 1.5?
I think. Okay. This is just a me thing. I really like Bucky, and I feel like he wasn't really like in the forefront of this movie. I don't even think I could take off points for that, but like I was expecting Bucky to be like the second lead.
More, I feel that.
You feel me? But at the end of
Especially
the
the way
day,
they
we did
promoted
get
it.
a lot of movies talking about Bucky's trauma and all this shit. Like, it was no
Yeah.
need for it. But I feel
Hell
like
no, yeah.
I feel like it was marketed as such as he was like the second lead, and we were gonna get.
But I
more
feel
of
like that was a good, like they did a good job of
They did
marketing
good.
it differently than it
Whoa.
actually was, so they didn't spoil
Yeah.
nothing.
Well,
You know.
not 3 days later.
Well, yeah, no, obviously,
honestly,
yeah, they didn't wait. They didn't wait too long not to spoil the shit. But
Hey, but honestly though, if we really look at Bucky's development in this movie,
Yeah.
following the last movie is showing basically getting into office.
It's funny, and
And
then
then
he just blows that off. I think that was hilarious.
No, I don't think it was him blowing it off. I just think he knew, because here's the thing about politics, bro. The motherfuckers in office are not fighting the good fight. They fighting for their own narratives and their.
this
So
nigga
when a
talking
per-
about read the
so-
packet.
So when a person like Bucky sees wrongdoing, I'm not about to wait for y'all to convene in 2 days.
Yeah.
It's going to be too late in 2 days.
Literally.
So something has to be done.
Yeah.
So I love how they use Bucky, because Bucky, without getting the intel that he received talking to the assistant, he probably wouldn't have been involved in the first place. And then
Nope.
how about the scene when he blew them tanks up?
Yeah,
Oh
that
my
was
God.
badass. That was badass.
Bro,
I had to
that
give it a 9, bro.
That was probably the best scene of the whole movie. Like as
Yeah.
far as just
And then he blew
action
up the
goes.
limo. That was funny
Okay.
too.
He blew up the limo and tied them up,
One thing
and
I
then
can
when they
say-
were like, "It's Bob, it's Val, it's Bob," shut your mouth. Then he gets the phone call. He said, "Bob, Bob."
One thing- Bob.
That shit was
One
funny.
thing I can say though, the movie was like in a span of like 2-3 days, like 2 days at most or some shit. Like,
Yeah,
I can say
a weekend.
they possibly connected pretty fast, but I guess it was like a trauma connection thing. I don't know.
Wait, who
I'm
connected?
Like
It was
the
survival, bro.
Yeah, it was survival.
Oh yeah.
They had-
It was,
had
and
to
it was
be-
all. It also was like, because at first you gotta remember they didn't know who Bob was or what he could do, so they were kind of trying to protect him and shit and help him out and like escape with him. And then he ends up sacrificing himself even before he knows that he's bulletproof,
Amazing.
or well, he didn't even know he was gonna get lit up. But from he ends up trying to go sacrifice himself, and he ended up getting lit up.
I mean,
And they're
even
like,
the
damn, like
even the Avengers, that movie took place over a day.
Yeah.
The first one,
Was it over a day? I think it was a little longer.
not really, because they got recruited. They teamed
Had
up.
to find the Tesseract and shit.
They teamed up at night basically,
You're right.
and then they got on the ship, and then the night, and by morning, shit got cracking.
Yeah, you're right. I mean,
So it's like, so, but them, they were in survival
I
mode.
really can't find.
Yeah.
I can't find anything to say bad about this movie. I don't know. I really got to reserve a 10 for like Infinity War, or
I feel that.
why?
I can't give it a 10, bro. I can't just give everything a 10.
I'm not saying give everything, but I'm asking you what is marking the one off. You know, I'm just curious.
Really got it. That really.
Because really, I'm not even gonna lie. I went in there with no expectations, and I really walked out and was like, "This was an amazing movie." Like I said, the
I
message,
feel
the
like-
acting, the
I
storytelling,
feel
the
like
character
it didn't
development.
give
I
me
feel like
everything I wanted. Like, if a movie gave me everything I wanted and some more, yeah, I'd give it a 10. Like, Infinity War gave me everything I wanted and some more. And like I just said, the Bucky thing, I understood it. I understood why, but also like
Not
I
fair.
felt like that. Like, I
You
love
wanted
Bucky.
more
Bucky
Bucky.
is one of my favorite MCU characters, and I felt like I didn't get as much as I wanted
Yeah,
from him. But Yelena
I feel great.
was
He's,
fucking incredible. Lexi, incredible.
IT's having the Paul Pierce moment. I'm trying to get the taste of him. Trying to get the taste of him.
Like,
You want more Bucky?
you feel me? I
another-
just can't
you want
give
another
everything
movie?
a 10. I just can't give, and I know it's weird. I know it's weird, but I gotta be the critic. IT. I gotta be like, you're amazing, but I gotta give you a 9. I gotta give you a 9.
Did Bucky get slapped with his own arm?
He got
Yes.
beat.
That's when I was like, oh, it's a wrap.
For them slapping Bucky with his own arm, yeah.
Sentry is OD.
I'm just playing. Nah, Sentry. Oh, they don't.
And
know.
I feel like he's gonna be a key piece in the Doomsday.
He has to be.
Yeah, he's like realistically speaking, even though he's not using his powers right now, he's the strongest Avenger by far.
I don't want to say that because I gotta see him fight the gods. Like we got Captain Marvel,
But
it depends on the version of him.
Oh, Captain Marvel. Yeah.
Because nobody can do anything if he's turning
Thor.
niggas into fucking powder
Prime
dust.
Thor though.
But Sentry
But
the gold
he's
before the darkness.
But Prime, you
I
know
would
what
like- I would
Prime
like to see
Thor
him.
did? He had
Prime
all 5 of the Infinity Stones go at him with his fucking axe, and he pierced Thanos. If he aimed for the head, he beat this nigga with all the Infinity Stones. Like I don't know, Thor's.
Sentry probably would have murked Thanos with a snap.
So it goes back to
I
basically.
don't know about that.
It goes back to which version of him, right? Because
Yeah.
saying if he's the
Let's say he's a gold suit.
if he's the Void, nobody can fuck with him. But if he's gold, I want to see him against Thor. I want to see him against Captain Marvel because the shit that
I
he
do want to
was
see the
doing
Captain Marvel.
is the
show.
kind of shit Captain Marvel was doing.
I want to see him get Wanda's OD too.
Wanda's ridiculous. Yeah,
So those are our real strongest Avengers. Those three.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel. Wait,
Wanda,
Thor's still an Avenger,
Thor,
right?
Yeah.
because it's not
Oh, okay.
because you're not going to beat him with just punching and being strong. Or you
Literally.
have to have some out of this
You
world
gotta have
power.
some hacks. Literally, that's what I'm saying. These are
Yeah.
hacks powers.
Like
He can't be human.
Yeah.
the only human, y'all might say I'm crazy. The only human, just because of his mind and the type of creativity he can have, is
Doctor
Doctor Strange.
Okay, I can see that too.
Because I'm gonna tell
maxed
y'all-
out by Wanda. I don't know.
Hey, Doctor Strange had Thanos in hell for a second. Now Thanos used them stones to get out of it,
Mhm.
but give Doctor Strange that little grimoire book,
Yeah.
the little dark one.
All I can say is we get some heavy hitters now, though. You feel me? We was talking
We are,
about
that's why
now we get some niggas.
Get some heavy hitters.
You feel me?
They knew how to slip some niggas in there real
Yeah.
quick. Okay.
All right.
What-
Here you go. Here's Sentry.
Hey, so I want to move to the post credit, the final post credit scene, right? The first scene that stood out to me is that John walked in with a hat. That shit was
Oh, that was
hilarious.
funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
I cried.
No.
'Cause
When he
they-
walked
you
out
guys
with
don't
his
like my hat?
taco shield,
It was like-
like, why do you still have
It's a
that?
hat.
shield?
But the way she was making fun of his helmet and calling it a hat, and he
Yeah,
actually
that
went and
shit
got
was
a real hat. I'm like, okay, so he loves them.
Yeah.
He went and got a hat just for them.
Nah,
that
that's
shit was
funny.
amazing.
I laughed when I still saw you at the shield, bro. Like, you
No,
that was hilarious. Yeah, that was
That's
hilarious.
funny.
Fix that shit.
One of the funniest parts was when he was like trying to tell him like, yeah, bro, I'm Captain America, and they were like, I think it was like 2 days, bro. Like,
He just said, okay.
like, what are you talking
No,
about?
when Val said Junior Varsity Captain America, that nigga was hot. He was hot.
No, it was also funny too when he was like saying like what he did, his resume shit, and then he's like 3-time state champ, state football champs back to back to back.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious.
Shit was like-
Hey,
But
when Val basically was like, you're the new Avengers, right? And they got their celebration, or whatever. I was like, please don't say y'all so. Please don't say y'all so. Please don't do it, bro. If y'all don't rat on this little biscuit head
Yeah,
from
she said.
Seinfeld,
Mhm.
and then she
Yeah.
said we own you, bro.
Yeah.
First of all,
I like that.
I'm gonna tell you what I don't like about that.
You know,
When in the hell are they gonna cash in on this favor? Just because I'm just saying this for one reason. Marvel has been teasing a lot of shit over the last 5 years that they've never cashed in on. Are they going? If they cash in on this favor, then major, cool. But if they don't, you piss me off. But I was upset at that until I watched the credits. When I watched the credits
Seeing all
and
the
I see
shit, yeah.
and I see like the cartoons, not my Avengers, no da da da. Because I'm like, that's how they
that was
did
it,
Cat.
Yeah.
That's how they did Sam. That's how they did Ariel. Every time they do something non-traditional, that's how these idiots on Twitter react. That's Marvel
Yeah.
saying, "Ha ha, we see you morons. We listening
Right.
to y'all stupid asses.
Yeah.
Y'all still in these seats though.
Mhm.
Y'all still in these seats though." And then leading into when they said Sam is about to sue
I
about
like
the
that.
name.
Yeah, that was
I
funny.
like
I
that
like
a lot.
that.
And then Lexi was like, just add a Z. He can't sue.
Add a
He was
Z.
like,
yeah.
Hey,
Mhm.
hit me
I-
with the fit. That was hard.
Yeah, but let's.
what did I say? What did I say in the chat, IT, about that lawsuit? I hope he hired a really good lawyer.
And it's Matt. That'd be hard. It was Matt, bro. He better be.
fact, that would be fire.
I would love if he was in Doomsday. That would be cool. But
The Russos made that scene a couple weeks ago, by the way.
Yeah, no, this is gonna lead right into Doomsday. And I love, this is what I want to say, what I love about the post-credit. They need to start doing this again with post-credit scenes, bro. I love when the post-credit scene of a movie goes into the next movie. Like,
Fantastic Four.
That's how it always should be. Stop teasing this shit that you haven't even developed or produced. Don't show me no post-credit scene or something like that, because it never, like, all these post-credit scenes we got in Phase 4 and 5, we're never going to see this shit. Blade movie is in hell, production hell. It's never coming out. Don't tease that. They tease that in Eternals. Like, if you're gonna do a post-credit scene, make it for the next movie, and that leads into Fantastic Four showing up in the 616 universe. And a lot of people are saying it spoils what happens in their movie, whatever. Like, we already knew they were gonna come to our universe and help us fight Doom, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't know for sure if their universe gets destroyed, but it's Galactus.
We don't even know if it's them on that ship.
It's them. It was the Fantastic Four logo. Like, we don't know exactly how the movie is gonna end. Like, I'm still super excited for Fantastic Four. Like, I really am. Regardless.
Shit, we don't know if that's multiversal travel. We don't know if that's a planet travel. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things. Like, even though we can guess and assume, but we knew they were showing up eventually. Yeah, shit.
Like,
facts.
I'm not mad
They
at
put him on the trailer for Doomsday, right? With
that could be
Yeah, bro, they're there. Like, we already knew they were gonna be in the movie.
That could be a time machine for all we know. We have no idea the specifics of what's causing them to do that.
They could have beat Galactus and realized that an incursion is gonna happen or some shit, that their universe is destined to get destroyed if they don't come to the. We don't know. We literally don't know.
No, maybe that smoking stack leaving Chicago before the Irish and the Italians find out they
we don't know.
Maybe that's what they robbed.
We don't know. Regardless, Marvel's in good hands, man. I'm super excited. Fantastic Four, I think, is gonna be incredible.
Y'all want to rank these post Endgame movies?
Yeah, let's rank them, man. I got mine. I got my order.
2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm not gonna lie. I realize I have not seen 10. A lot of these.
If you haven't seen,
even watching Thunderbolts, I realized I never watched Black Widow.
Oh wow!
Because I was like,
I'm not gonna lie, bro. That movie made me want to watch Black Widow again. I saw it twice, I think, and
I'm gonna go rewatch it.
Black Widow is actually not.
Oh, I'm gonna go watch it.
I like Black. Oh, also, so I didn't give my rating for the movie. You gave it a 9.
I gave it a 9.
My original ranking was an 8.
Mine too.
The post-credit scene bumped me up to an 8.5 because I liked how it tied the loose end. The reason why I'm standing firm on not getting, bro, I personally wish they didn't kill Taskmaster.
No,
I thought that's. I'm not gonna lie. I was mad that
I don't like the way they killed. I don't like the way they killed her.
Killing her in the movie is fine.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I didn't like it immediately.
Yeah, that was stupid. I didn't like that.
Damn,
I think that was disrespectful to the actress too. Like, damn, nigga.
Yeah.
And then you're
promoting
Taskmaster.
Yeah.
Also knowing that they wrote out a full fleshed out storyline for her. Multiple storylines.
Hey, that would have been funny as fuck. They said,
but they wrote at least 2 or 3 different storylines for her. They had the concept art. They pitched it to her. They said, "Scrap everything. You're dying in 5 minutes."
Yeah, they were saying that it was supposed to be like an ongoing joke that Taskmaster's like something in her like chips or whatever fuck was gonna make her like continue her mission on trying to kill John. Like every 15 minutes of the movie or some shit, she's gonna randomly attack this nigga. That would have been funny as fuck. That would have been funny hilarious. As fuck. But yeah, I don't like that they killed. That's why it's a 9. There it goes.
You're funny.
You get something, but not. I laughed. I actually laughed when they killed Taskmaster.